Welcome everybody to the Rally Cry podcast. My name is Angel and today I am your host. I think it's been definitely an experience on doing these solo episodes, and I'm just quite excited to really get into it with you guys and honestly be a little bit more intimate. I feel as if this is like one-on-one and we're really getting to know one another. I really appreciate you guys. All the support that we've really been getting has been tremendous. From you guys playing Enough Said, you have really shown the love, and coming up to me in public and just saying hi and starting conversation has mean the absolute world to me. You guys having faith in me. And that's actually one of the things we're going to get into today. We're actually going to be talking about faith. How does faith help our mental health? What does it do for us? And just before doing that, I actually wanted to try something new. I actually wanted to break the ice onto this episode, and why not pick a card from the deck itself? Enough Said. If you guys haven't already, make sure that you get your very own icebreaker communication card game. You guys have been loving it. I'm excited to make other versions of this game. I plan on doing a launch party, but just to give you some quiet updates, I actually wrote it down here because I wanted to make sure I'll let you guys know. We actually are going to be able to do a speed networking event with an organization called YPS's Youth Professional Society, and really gives us the opportunity to play the game and really just put it out there. So if you guys want to check that out and get your tickets, I'll make sure that's down in the description. We got more. We just got things coming. I'm just so excited, guys. It's crazy. So let's just start with picking a card. So I'm gonna pick it out here. You could probably see if you're watching us on YouTube, or even if you're listening to us, you are going to see what question am I gonna pick. I'm gonna pick this one right here. I can't even see it. This one says, "What's one funny memory you remember?" And this really gets you thinking, because you don't be getting asked these questions, even though these are ones we made. I'm still like, oh, I don't even know. One funny memory would definitely be, and I'm thinking about my uncle. I remember we used to always go in the wilderness, right? We'll go for a hike, and he used to always make a house out of wood, like legitimately. It still surprises me to this day. And there was one time where we're walking alongside the shore. It was next to water. I fell, but I fell as if I was going to make a bridge of the people that were behind me. So I fell, my hands went forward, and I literally made a bridge. So if I didn't extend my hand out, I literally would have fallen into a ditch. So that was an experience, and I find that funny now. And it might have not been funny then, but I just think I started crying after the fact because I was so scared. I was like 6 years old. And it's just funny because we cry over the simplest things, or we are so scared of something and that it happened that we don't realize on how to be grateful after the fact, right? And that's why that was a good way of getting into what we're going to get into today, and that is having faith, right? What does that do for you? And honestly, I have some notes here because I like having notes so that I can just jot down what I'm memorizing for myself. And as we know, faith is something that is practiced within religion, and we hear it in the Bible. Absolutely. I'm a man of faith, and I've been going to church recently. I've been going to Restoration Church over in Springfield. Shout out to them. I've been learning, and just the energy and the people are the vibe, right? The idea of it is to be around like-minded individuals that want to better themselves and have faith into other things, not only into the disbelief that there's nothing else out there, right? I think for myself, there has to be something higher, right? And that is God, right? To, practice what's in the Bible, but being open to other things and religions. I actually went on a meditation retreat about 3 months ago or so. It was this sometime this year, and I feel like it's been some time since then. But I went off on a meditation retreat over at Shelburne Falls, and I was gone for 10 days, and every day, I meditated for 10 hours. I didn't have my phone. I didn't have a journal. I didn't have a pen. I didn't have anything to draw, nothing to listen to. I had nothing, nothing. I couldn't even talk to the people that were there unless it was an instructor and it was an urgent question or maybe just a curiosity that had to do with my practice of meditation. And that is another religion that was based off Hinduism. And I learned a lot of the perspective that was given there. And some of the things that they had after it was a disclosure at the end of the day was religious, right? Just going off of the belief of the Buddha and how he did all these good things. And no matter to what was the circumstance, he was able to be enlightened, right? That's essentially what they were mentioning. And I wanted to share that because there is familiarity amongst religion, amongst culture, and there is still a message within the message itself. The message might be different, but it's still speaking to its truth. And it's all about the perspective that you want to give yourself. Perspective is your personality. Personality is your personal reality. How do you want to see things for what they are? And what do you do after that? How do you respond in life? Because I think after coming out of getting my bachelor's over at UMass, I realized one of the things that was very important, and that was personality, right? There's so many external influences that changes our personality along with experiences that makes us think that life is just what it is because of what happened to us. But I can tell you right now that your experience does not dictate reality, right? And reality is also not dictated by your experience, but more so on how do you want to perceive things. How you perceive is how you will receive. And I think it's that matter of what do you want to tell yourself every day when you wake up? Do you want to say you're going to have a bad day, or regardless of how you feel, you're going to say today's going to be a good day? Because I said so. I'll be saying this all the time because it's the attitude that you start with, right? One of the things is, okay, well, what is faith though? Right? We can talk about the act of it, but what actually is it? And I like to say, I was having a conversation with my uncle, and my uncle I find to be a very wise person. And faith is understanding while believing is doubting. And I found that very interesting because when you say, I believe so, that means you are assuming. That means you are assuming to what you hope for it to be, what would you like for it to be, but there's no concrete evidence, right? Now, with faith is understanding, right? I'm understanding what is it that is going to take in order for me to be where I want to be or who I want to be, right? And that comes with manifestation. That comes with affirming it. That comes with telling yourself, you know what? I'm going to get there. I will get there. I am going to get there. I am there. Whatever it takes, right? The faith part is the understanding onto everything that involves it. Understanding is not only about what you have to do, but understanding is also about where you're at right now. Understanding that there's patience involved. Understand that there's tolerance that needs to be involved. Understand all the components that matters to where you want to be, who you want to be. And that could be easier said than done. But it actually is pretty easy. Because all you have to do is keep practicing it, right? And one of the things that I like doing are three things, right? Top three things I'll give you, right? Is having a rampage of appreciation. And you might ask, well, rampage of appreciation, what is that, right? The rampage of appreciation is a way that you appreciate everything that you have without trying to take a pause. So if I were to do it right now, I'll say, I appreciate the conversation that we're having right now, regardless of where you're at, if you're driving or if you're cleaning. I appreciate the quality of this camera. I appreciate this mic. I appreciate this lighting. Matter of fact, I appreciate that candle that is lit in the background because right now it's dazzling. Right now it's dancing. And it's dancing for me because I am just making it positive. I am making it happy because what I'm saying right now, I think is facts. And I think it thinks it's facts. Right? It sounds funny, but it's positivity, right? It's about I appreciate the things and I just add a dazzle to it just because. Because all right, I said that twice. Because it's the fact of why not? Why not look at life like that? Of course, there's negative experiences and all these other things, but do I want to dwell on that? Is that what I want to focus on? What I focus on is what will also focus on me. And focus also comes with attention, intention, to attention. And when you intend to do something, you only intend to do it when you put attention to it. So why would I want to put attention to negativity for it to attend to my life, to it to manifest into my life, for that to be the foundation of how my life maneuvers, right? I like to say a lot of metaphors and think of faith as driving a car. You might get a fender bender, but it doesn't mean that the car can't drive. It means you need to do better at driving it. And when we understand that we need to permit ourselves to drive, it means that we have to practice. We need to know the questions. We need to know what we're practicing for to have faith, to learn how to get our license, right? You see what I'm doing here, right? Getting these metaphors. You want to have the foundational pieces in order to have faith. That's patience, tolerance, understanding, love. That's all a combination in order to have faith. The passion, the confidence. And matter of fact, that's actually what faith gives you. Faith gives you confidence so you could face your fears, so you could go against those things and rise, because that's the acronym: face everything and rise. Because fear is subjective. There's no such thing as fear. If something is not physically in front of you, you're not actually scared. If someone is like, if you see an alligator coming your way, then you could be scared. There's fear there because you can lose your leg or your arm. I wouldn't want that to happen to me either. I'll be darn scared and running, okay? I'm like, gotta go, right? So rampage of appreciation, that's number one. Number two is having a conversation with God. Jesus, can I get an amen? Because I like to say, it's not about praying when you need something. It's just having a conversation with him. Saying, hey, God, I hope you're doing good. I'm doing great. This is what I'm grateful for. Today was a good day, and I'm grateful for these things. Just the little things that, food was good today. The person that I met today, that was a good person. Or the weather was actually better than yesterday. Matter of fact, I'm glad it rained. Whatever it is, you can always find something. It's about what do you want to find? What makes sense to you? What do you want to make sense? And when you can have a conversation with him, it makes it personal. It makes it more connective. It gives us a better understanding and have us make space. It allows you not to pressure yourself and not blame yourself for everything that is going the way that you want it or what is right to you. But maybe when things are not going the way that you want it or what is going to be right, like you think it should go that way, maybe you ask yourself, there's something better for me. Or maybe this isn't working because there's something better for me out there. Is this God trying to tell me something? Is this a sign? Right? You got to ask yourself these questions because at this point, if something isn't working, someone needs to ask a question, and that's going to be you first, because we're our worst critic and we have to always doubt ourselves sometimes on what we're doing and ask ourselves, are you sure? Is this for real? Am I bugging? Right? We ask ourselves these questions. I ask myself these questions all the time. And it's just hard to do that when you don't know how to ask the right questions, right? The third one, right, I like to always put into practicing my faith is put actions to your satisfactions. And I know that rhymed. And the reason I say that is because a lot of times we pray for things and we hope for these things, but we don't put action to it. We can tell God, hey, I want this, I want that. But God is going to be like, okay, you want this? Prove it. right? You got to work for it, to whatever it is. If you want to get a raise at a job, or you want to get a better job, or you want to make your business, go for it. Do it. Try it. Trial and error all day. All day or no day is what I would like to say. Because you can't go somewhere if you don't start. You can't go to B if you never started at A, right? And that comes with a lot of other things. That comes with energy. That comes with being vulnerable and be empathetic with yourself, because you're talking out loud. You're talking to someone that you don't know if it's a someone, but you believe it is. You want to put in faith into it, that there's something out there listening to you. Because honestly, I can say there's things that I be saying that there's no way that I come across it in some form of way, right? And I'm not talking about where you search something on your phone and it's a coincidence that you was searching for couches and you see them all over your feed on Instagram or TikTok, wherever you're going to be at, right? No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about actually saying something and something coming into fruition in a way to just give you an answer to what you was hoping for or what you was asking for. But in order to see that, you just need to be aware. And awareness is what gives you to thinking. And thinking goes into believing. And then believing goes into faith. And with faith comes with confidence to go against your fears and know that, you know what? It was me holding myself off the whole time. And when we could do that for ourselves, we realize on the kind of people we surround ourselves with, right? This is the reason why faith is good for you, because it gives you purpose. It gives you the opportunity to see things for what they are and what can you do from there, right? Because, of course, faith is not a blinded way of things, because you can have so much faith into things in a way where it can blind you. There's such thing as blind faith, right? There's such thing as blinded confidence, right? There's two sides of every coin, and you want to make sure that everything makes sense. You want to make sure that you feel it within you, like this feels right in your gut. Like, legitimately, I've had those feelings. You can say that it's been a couple times where I should have trusted my own gut, right? Everybody that is listening, raise your hand if you're one of those people that you should have trusted your gut a little bit more, right? That comes from somewhere. That's an instinct. Where does that instinct come from? That comes from somewhere, right? But yeah, guys, I truly appreciate you guys for listening. This is, take 2 for doing the solo episode. Our last one was pretty interesting. It's first time doing that. And I'm just excited to be able to have the opportunity with you guys of buying the card game, enough said, and growing with the podcast and just trying things out and getting to know you guys a little bit more, because I think I get the opportunity to do that when I go out with the card game and play with you guys. I've been going around and interviewing people publicly just to play the game so that we can know that it's out there. And that's been an experience. I want to let you guys know that this month in July, I already mentioned about the YPS speed networking that's going on at Table and Tap. And also following that weekend, because the 18th is on a Thursday. That Saturday on July 20th, there's a Love and Wellness Fest over at Martin Luther King Center, just off of State Street. And it's a whole networking event where, we could share our love and our wellness and better ourselves with individuals, other vendors. I will be a vendor there with the card game. So if you want to meet me there, you can say hi and we can, talk a little bit. If you have any questions and any suggestions about what's another episode you want to talk about, let me know. It could be down in the description. It could be in person whenever you see me. I just want to let you guys know that we're just getting started, that we're going to make the world a better place. And it all starts with you making a better place for yourself and sharing that love and that space with the people that you care about, because life is what you make it, not how it makes you. And I appreciate you guys. Until next time, y'all be easy. Peace.